tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
The views and opinions expressed on Trudging Together are solely those of the host, co-host, and our guests. They do not necessarily reflect the views of any organization, fellowship, or other entity, and definitely not your boss, your neighbor, or that one guy in your home group. The content of this program is not intended to replace medical, psychological, or professional advice. If you're looking for that, please seek guidance from qualified professionals who spent way too many years in school. What you'll hear here is based on lived experience, recovery journeys, and the occasional bad coffee-fueled joke. Trudging Together is not affiliated with any 12-step fellowship. We are simply people sharing our stories and walking this path together, one day at a time. Thank you for joining us, and remember, recovery is serious business, but that doesn't mean we can't laugh along the way.
Trudging Thursdays and stuff. Hope you're having a good day. Happy Thursday to you. Yeah. Still pretty wore out. So, yay. This is my Tylenol. They did give me some Oxy also, but it makes me feel really loopy, and I don't feel like feeling loopy right now, so I want Tylenol. Yeah. So save that if it gets like really bad. So never had, unless it's Ativan, and I love Ativan. Just keep that away from me. Yeah. Never really got into drugs. I don't know. Alcohol's a drug. So I can't really say that either, can I? So, but good morning. Happy Thursday. I don't know really that I have much to talk about. Yeah. My phone blew up this morning. Yeah. That's what woke me up. I'm sure people care. All right, we're going to take this out for a little bit. I'm not going to have to use that much longer. I have a little sling that keeps my finger above my heart. All right, so, yeah. Should we just get to Dion's Daily Funnies? Probably. I have a sponsee in, 40 minutes. So we should probably go ahead and get to it. All right, let's do it. And I gotta call somebody back too. You know what time it is? Good, because I don't. I'm more out of it today than I was yesterday. It's all right. All right, let's do it. Dion's Daily Funnies. My friend Jack claims he can communicate. He can communicate with vegetables. Jack and the Beans talk. Where do fruits go on vacation? Paris. Live in Paris. How do you like my French now, motherfucker? Sorry, is that what you say in jail? What did baby corn say to mama corn? Where's the popcorn? Then he eats popcorn almost every night for weeks. Yeah. What do you call a cheese that isn't yours? Nacho cheese. That's not your cheese. Nacho cheese. Tried all morning to cook up an egg-related pun, but I couldn't crack it. All right. How do you make an apple turn over? Push it down a hill. I know. Good morning, Michelle. Good to see you. Welcome to Daily Trudge. I'm Dion. I'm your host. I know it looks like I'm partially wearing a tie. It is a tie that I turned into a sling. Yeah. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. Yep, both of those. So I'm just fucking with my screen. It's doing cool shit. You can't see it, but it's like I'm telling I say, in order to run the mouse, I have to use both hands. So it just makes it easier. I'm learning how to do this. My hair is all over the fucking place. I'm telling you, I should just go ahead and wear a hat. All right. So we're talking about all around forgiveness. We're going to be in the 12 by 12 page 58. We are using the daily reflection, but I'm using May 16th. We were just at 58. Oh, the 12 by 12. That's why. Okay. Different book, same page. And I opened to page 58. These are, do you notice these things? These are things that we receive when we're doing the right thing. Do you notice these things when you open a book right to the page? It's been happening to me a lot lately. A lot. Maybe it just has to do with my subconscious knows how far the pages are in because I use the books a lot. I don't know. But I'm going to go with spiritual experiences, even if it's not true. Oh, actually, we did kind of do that. So we're gonna go forward instead of backwards here. So, but we gotta go back a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna start on page 57, second full paragraph for anybody that would like to follow along. I will do my best, but I am really out of it today. When is it? Thursday? Okay. When we reached AA and for the first time in our lives stood among people who seemed to understand, the sense of belonging was tremendously exciting. We thought the isolation problem had been solved, but we soon discovered that while we weren't alone anymore in the social sense, we still suffered many of the old pangs of anxious apartness. Until we had talked with complete candor of our conflicts and had listened to someone else do the same thing, we did not belong. Step 5 was the answer. It was the beginning of true kinship with man and God. Right? Now, it says here, but we soon discovered that while we weren't alone anymore in the social sense, we still suffered many of the old pangs of apartness. Okay? That's right. We get anxious when we are apart from each other. Yeah. This is it's a type of anxiety, separation anxiety. You went through it with your parents when you were a kid, first day of school. Yeah, maybe you went to summer camp. You're going to be gone for the summer. You know, you wanted to be home. This anxious apartness, like that's there. Another part to that is not really feeling like we belong, right? And it is step 5 that tends to bring us together because it's the hard part to do. I mean, we're admitting a lot of things, and maybe you and I didn't do our 4th and 5th at the same time or with the same people or it was the same thing, but we did, and we knew what it was like. And when we became free of that anxiousness, of that self-pity and all that other stuff, we can start to see life in a new light. Right? So this vital step was also the means by which we began to get the feeling that we could be forgiven no matter what we had thought or done. That we could be forgiven. We. That's where it starts. I feel like I repeat myself a lot with this stuff, but that's because I talk in a lot of different places. Okay? When it comes to forgiveness, forgiving yourself is the first step. Seeking right? Because then we can move into that 11th step where it becomes better to forgive others than it is to ask for And even then, that has nothing to do with us forgiving ourselves. It has to do with, that we can forgive others whether they forgive us or not, and that's what we're going after. Not everybody in my life has forgiven me for what I've done. It is not required. I don't want to talk to me. In fact, there's a lot of people that don't want to talk to me, and I leave them alone. If the time and place comes up, if I see an indication that I need to reach out to a person, I will do it. In fact, in the last 3 months, it's happened several times. They don't reach back out. So I'm leaving it where it's at. I'm leaving it alone. Right? Because I'm seeking, I'm kind of selfish and I'm seeking my forgiveness, but this leads to freedom. And that freedom leads to me helping more people because I'm a better service. It was while working on this step that with our sponsors or spiritual advisors that we first felt truly able to forgive others, no matter how deeply we felt that they had wronged us. Now, notice the self forgiveness came first, though. Wow. Because I just got done writing all the things that I had done wrong, right? And went through it. And this could be kind of traumatic. But what we're going for is forgiveness. And all around forgiveness is what we're looking for. And you're going to use forgiveness throughout the day. Maybe somebody cut you off in traffic. Maybe somebody cut a line. Okay. And we're going to forgive them. And we're forgiving them for our own peace of mind so that we treat people better and that our ripple effect becomes something useful and not destructive. All right. Our moral inventory had persuaded us that all around forgiveness was desirable. But it was only when we resolutely tackled step 5 that we inwardly knew we'd be able to receive forgiveness and give it too. Why are we forgiving? Why are we looking for forgiveness? Why would you be looking for forgiveness? Because it makes us feel better, but we can't depend upon other people's forgiveness to determine our self-worth. This is going to take a little time. It's going to take some balance. Some people don't want you to get well. There's some people in my life, they don't want me well because then they can't pick on me anymore. They can't utilize me as the black sheep to make themselves feel better. They're going to have to go find somebody else, and they'll find somebody else. There's plenty of people out there. Right? Even in my own family, I am still treated like the black sheep. They don't see it. They think they're doing all the right things. All right. Well, they're not going to change. And I don't expect them to change anymore. For a little while, I did. I did expect them to change. They're in the freaking program. They're psychologists. They're counselors. So I'm like, why would? I mean, that's literally what you're supposed to be in the field for. Oh, see, it's easy when they're clients and sponsees and these things, but when it comes to family, no, it's entirely different. Now, there's somebody said a few years ago, and I hooked up on. I'm like, they are correct. And they said, I give more grace to complete strangers than I do my own family. I'm like, you are right. You are correct. So I made the decision to give more grace to my family. Not my wife and kids. They didn't need it. No, get along great with them. Don't need it. Okay? So I gave more grace. I cannot anticipate that being sent back. Yeah. Sometimes they step on my toes. And I haven't done anything in a while. I've kept my P's and Q's. Grace. I got to give grace. Got to have healthy boundaries. Yeah. During Christmas this year, somebody said something to me. And the new rule is, here's the new rule. Not that I really mind being around them alone, but they're not allowed to talk to me unless another person's in the room now. That's the rule. They don't know it yet. I'll let them know when I see it, when I see them next. But that's the rule. Sorry, dude. You don't get to talk to me alone anymore. You don't. You've lost that. You lost that part. Sorry, because this person acts differently around everybody else when we're alone. Aha. Okay. I see the trick. I know because I'm a tricksy person too. So, all right. So what am I in that case, what are we doing? We're not avoiding conflict, we're confronting conflict in a way, right? I'm stopping a resentment from happening so I don't have to utilize forgiveness. See, grace allows somebody to be who they are so I don't have to build a resentment to forgive them. It's called setting myself up to succeed, and I do it often. I need to. I have to. I have 5 mental illnesses that all need to be maintained. And if I do not do things that promote a healthy lifestyle, I crumble. All right. I crumble. All right. This one isn't going to be too much longer. I'm not very awake. All right. So forgiveness is one of the biggest emotional shifts in recovery. We don't get sober to just stop drinking. We got sober to find peace. And forgiveness leads to peace of mind. All right. Why does it matter in recovery? It's that resentment because it leads to resentment. We talked about this. Now, earlier I couldn't figure out a topic. So I went to the internet. I tried a couple of different places. All of it was relapse prevention, relapse prevention, relapse prevention. I'm like, no wonder everybody's relapsing. It's all we're teaching. Okay. If you live in relapse prevention, do you know what you're going to do? You're going to relapse. Relapse prevention is not 24 hours a day. You got at some point you got to start relying on something else to help you through, right? But every single one of them, it was the number one topic. I'm like, wow. I think accountability would be a much better topic because that is the solution. I'm not going to, oh, let's talk about your triggers. You know your fucking triggers. What are your triggers? You're breathing. Somebody over there is breathing wrong. You talk about your triggers. Stop hanging out in the fucking bars. Stop hanging out with the people that you drink with. Okay? Not every and you better start being responsible for your triggers or you're going to continue relapsing. Quit point, oh, they're a trigger, they're a trigger, they're a trigger. No, they're not. You're the trigger. You are the trigger. Not anybody else. Quit blaming everybody else for who you are. Enough. Enough. All right? You can't hold a resentment and have peace at the same time. Okay? Now, don't get me wrong, people hurt us. People, and some people are going to go out of their way to hurt you. It's all right. I try not to take it personally. This is the way I see it. Oh, they're taking it out on me. They must love me because we tend to take out our anger on the people we love the most, or we take it out on people who can't do anything about it. The internet's a great place for that. It's a battlefield. It's a battlefield for weak people. Yeah. The internet's a battlefield for weak people. Get out from behind your desk, get out from behind yourself, and go out into the community and let's say these things out loud. Let's go help some people out. Let's do it. So, all right, that's gonna be it for this one. I gotta go. Um, so yeah, I talked about the topic the same amount of time. I just didn't do all the screwing around because I don't have a brain enough to screw around at the moment. Maybe I'll wake up a little bit. All right. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. You know I do. Peace out and keep on trudging.